It's your boy, MC Quiet Titties, and the film I will be reviewing this evening is A Quiet Place Part 2. I was meant to actually upload this review like a week and a half ago, but as we all know, I am a lazy motherfucker. No, I've just been working a lot, but having said that, let's just jump straight into it. This one opens on a quiet place. Before we get some backstory on the Sound Monsters' first appearance and how they first came to Earth. A fantastic cast for this one. The original cast returns with some new faces. John Krasinski is back in a flashback capacity, but it's Emily Blunt that really shines in this. She is joined by the likes of Cillian Murphy, Digimon Hounsou. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, so my apologies. And once again joined by Millicent Simmons. The standout for me though was definitely Noah Jupe, who gave an absolutely outstanding performance. His character arc was definitely the best in my opinion, and certainly my favourite throughout the whole film. I definitely think he's going to go far, in his acting career. There's also some nice cameos from Scoot McNairy and Brian Tyree Henry. Everyone just really shines in the sequel, whether they're new cast members or returning cast members, and everyone really amps up their performances from the last film. I just really loved and enjoyed this cast. The story for this one continues on from the first one left off, exactly from where the first one left off, following our family of survivors, this time about their father to protect them. I really enjoyed the narrative for this one. Not only does it give us more of an insight into the first arrival of the Sound Monsters, it also brings in new characters that gel really well with the world this story is set in. We also get a chance to see the monsters more up close and personal, making them more of a real threat and allowing the audience to feel some of the terror of the characters. In a nutshell, this film is bleak and apocalyptic, but it totally works. There's no comedy whatsoever, not that I could see anyway, but any comedy would have ruined the general tone and atmosphere of the film, so I'm glad that there wasn't any comedy whatsoever. John Krasinski not only returns to direct this second installment, but is also credited with writing it. I honestly didn't think he could match the feel of the first film, but he honestly knocks it out of the park. He gives us more of a highly tense, exciting, and overall terrifying film experience this go around. Again, I didn't think he could build upon the world he'd set up in the first film any more effectively than he already had. I was expecting the sequel to be enjoyable, but not as good as the first. Obviously, it's hard to do that with sequels. But again, he completely knocked this out of the park. Krasinski is just fastly turning into a talented and entertaining director. I'll certainly be looking out for his future projects in the future, most definitely. I also have to quickly mention the soundtrack. It's awesome and really feeds into the tension of the film, especially the scene on the dock. I won't say anything more because I don't want to ruin it. I just love when exciting scenes are paired with an even more exciting soundtrack, because you really do just feel the excitement as an audience member when the soundtrack is just as good as what you're viewing on the screen. But yeah, the only thing I really learned from this is that Emily Blunt looks sexy holding a gun. Probably says more about my mental psyche than anything else. There we have it, guys. There's my review for A Quiet Place Part 2. Let's jump to the two most important questions. Question number one: would I recommend this film? I would 100% recommend this film. If you've seen the first one and you loved it, I definitely say go and watch this film if you haven't already, because you will enjoy it as much as you did the first one. I can say that without a shadow of a doubt. It's entertaining, it's tense, it's again short like the first one was, so it's not, you're not sat in the cinema for ages. It's short and concise, which is also good, so I would definitely recommend this film. Question number two: does this film belong in the vault? My only issues with this film was that the CGI looked noticeably bad at points, more towards the start. I wish we could have had more scenes of the first few days/months of the monster's arrival, because we only really got like a 10, maybe 15-minute scene at the start. So it would have been cool. Maybe, if they do a third one, we'll get more of that, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I really enjoyed this film more than I thought I would. It's just as good as the first film. It's a strong predecessor. No, not predecessor, that's the wrong word. A strong... What's the word for that? Successor, that's the one. There we go. Got it in the end. It's a really strong successor to the first film, and I would honestly recommend watching it. So for those reasons, There's a little diamond star. It's gone off. Followed by the sand monsters. I don't know anymore, guys. There we have it. There's my review for A Quiet Place Part 2. As always, if you've seen the film and you liked it, let me know what you liked down in the comments below. If you hated it, for whatever reason, it just didn't live up to your expectations, as sequels normally don't. Let me know what you hated down in the comments below. And as always, guys, if you like what I'm doing here, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, your pets, your families, your friendly neighborhood, fucking sound monsters, aliens, I don't fucking know. Until the next one, peace and love, my dudes.